Sup everybody, welcome to Facts of Life, the podcast. You know who you rocking with, listen to the sounds and voice and the waves, as they would say, the frequencies of the homie Dave. How everybody doing today? Like, I gotta ask that question. I'm gonna try to make it my duty to make sure I ask that question. How is everybody doing today? I really want everybody to answer that. How is everybody doing today? That's definitely something we gotta start doing more as people, is checking in and making sure that we really mean when we ask how are you doing. We really sit for it and wait for an answer. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me and doing all of that good stuff. We are back. We are definitely on the relaunch wave, and this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to start kicking it to you every Friday. We're going to drop something on you every Friday. You hear me? Every Friday. Please look forward and make sure you tag me, share, make comments, all of that good stuff on anything that we talk about. Any comments that you have on any of the episodes, anything that you want me to talk about or anything like that. I'm always open for things like that, you know? But we're about to get into this here, considered to be episode 2, and it's called Love Costs. You know what I mean? With a question mark, though. Love costs. It's a question mark. Like, sit there and think about that. Like, you know what I mean? You know what that sound means, so I'm gonna do that. But love costs. What does that mean? What does that mean for you? You know what I mean? What does that mean if you're in a relationship? What does that mean to your partner? What does that mean for you two together? Love costs, and it has a question mark. In my opinion, I'm definitely going to give you that, because this is an opinion-based podcast where we're definitely talking about our opinions and our perspectives, you know what I mean? And a lot of this, if you remember from the last episode, it goes into your morals, you know what I mean? And it said how they go hand in hand. But yeah, like, does love have a cost? That's a good question for tonight. Does love have a cost? And if it does, what is your thoughts on it? You know what I mean? What does love cost for you? What are your views on love when it comes to the value of it? Can you be cheap with love? How do you even know when the love is real? You know what I mean? That's some questions I want us to get into and ask ourselves and explain to ourselves or to our partners even. Like, I'm not no relationship expert, I promise you. You know what I mean? But this is just, again, my thoughts and my opinions and things that I've been thinking. And it's like, somebody got to talk about it, so why not? You know what I mean? But for the first one, in my opinion, does love have a cost? In my opinion, yes, all the time. Love all the time has a cost. There's always somewhere, some way, you're sacrificing something. Already, in my opinion, I feel as though there's no such thing as a free meal, right? I know everybody heard of that quote and everything. I forget who said it. I got to figure that out so I can make sure shout out to them. But it wasn't me that made that quote. I'm just saying. But anyway, it was always once said that, like, there's no such thing as a free meal. So when it comes to that, it's just saying there's somewhere somebody got to put in energy, time, effort, thoughts, feelings, all of that. You know what I mean? They got to put in all of that just to get through to the next thing. So it's like, love does cost. And when I say cost, I'm not just talking about the intangible money, like, like finance money, like, you know what I mean? Yes, definitely, it does go into play at times, and that's what I'm saying. But it's not just the intangible part of money, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's a lot of different things you have to sacrifice if you truly love someone, right? Because most of love is being unconditional, right? In my opinion. So it's like, if you're going to be unconditional, you have to truly go above and beyond. Like, you kind of almost got to treat someone almost better than, I can't say it like that, not better than you treat yourself, but almost up there to where you treat yourself, right? Because you got to be treating yourself a lot more, because you can't pour from an empty cup, right? You can't pour from an empty glass or whatever. So it's like, you have to make sure that you're you have enough that you could give in you that you could give, you know what I mean, to the other person, you know what I mean. So yes, in my opinion, love does cost. The next question was, what are your views on love when it comes to the value of it? Again, for me, it's just like the same thing in a sense. Like, my views on it is, wherever you see yourself is how you're going to see your relationship and your love. You know what I mean? Because not all the time, right? Not all the time does love have to deal with a relationship, right? Not all the time doesn't mean not a relationship, pardon me. Like when I say relationship like that, I mean like a romantic relationship. Sometimes, like I tell my friends, I don't know if y'all do, pardon me, I got my dogs in the back. They wanted to do a cameo, but I told them no. But but I don't know about y'all, but like, I have friends, like really good friends that I make sure I tell them I love you. My siblings, my family, even just like sometimes like some people that I may interact with, like, you know, it's just like I learned to be more free to be able to love, if that makes sense. So it's like when I'm asking these questions, I'm not just talking about a romantic love. I mean, like anything. Like, I myself have to start learning that I can say I love you, and it doesn't mean I'm in love with you. I genuinely care for you. I genuinely give a fuck. You know what I mean? So it's like, I want everyone to understand that too. Like, when you're thinking about all of this stuff and when you're contemplating these questions and wondering if you have the right answer, there's no right answer. That's another thing, right? That's the best part about this podcast, in my opinion, is that there's no right or wrong answer. Anything we can all see aside, you know, because it's all about perspectives and morals. Again, you know what I mean? So it's like, something that I may value, you may not value, but it's great to talk about it and figure out, like, maybe I never had that thought, or maybe I never understood how it could go with the thoughts that I have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's something else that a lot of us, we gotta get into and understand, right? So, another question is, can you be cheap with love? Can you be cheap with love? Sit, think about that. I'm gonna hit it one time. Think about it. You know what I mean? Could you be cheap with love? Is that a possibility? Again, in my opinion, I think people may be cheap with love. Do I think it's the best idea? No. Would I want someone to be cheap with love? No. And again, if I'm not even talking about just whoever I'm dealing with, on a partner aspect is like romance or anything like that, like just in a partnership of life, you can't be cheap. Like, again, I want to, when it comes to love, and if I'm expressing that I love someone, I'm saying that I care enough about you to look at you as worthy, something like, or look at you as like you're something, you know, that you have something to give, you have something to offer to someone. You know, like, I just, more importantly, like, I care about you. And like I said, it's genuine. It's a genuine care. Like, I can stop and I want to know, how are you doing today? If I notice that something is off, what's going on? Let's catch up. You haven't seen yourself. It's not enough people in the world that are doing it. We got a lot of people that we say, oh, this is my homie, this is my bestie. Bestie goes. But meanwhile, back the ranch, we're not checking on our bestie goal. You know what I mean? We're not checking on our bestie. We're not checking on our mom. We're not checking on our dad. We're not checking on our brothers. We're not checking on our sisters. You know what I mean? We're not checking on even our cousins. You know what I mean? Aunts, uncles, all of that. We're not checking on our family. So it's like, love, you can't be cheap with love. You got to be able to extend that love for real. Everybody got a moment. Everybody, sometimes I feel like we all become too busy, right? We all become a little too busy at times where we feel like, you know, I thought about you, but I didn't get to reach out to you because, you know, I find myself, I do it too. Like, remember, I'm not perfect either. I'm not perfect at all. it's a lot of times where I say that to people. Like, I was thinking about you. I didn't get a chance to call you. And they know when it's genuine, they know. That's something that you got to understand. You could say one thing, but if it's not genuine, a person feel that. A person feel when you genuinely are saying that, hey, I thought about you, but I didn't get a minute to, like, you hit me before that's why I like to say to people, you're going to live a long life. I don't know if some of you ever heard of that term, but it's like, yeah, you're going to live a long life. You know what I mean? Because we say that because, right, I put my thought of you into the universe, but in the universe, it said for you to come back and call me, because sometimes I mess up. I'm human, and my bad. But again, if you don't genuinely give a fuck, people know. People know if you're being real, if you're not. You know what I mean? People feel that, because again, love, right, is a feeling, right? So it's like, you feel when someone's bullshitting you, you know? Like, you feel if you go and you go to get the new Benz or a new car, any type of car or anything like that. You go into the dealership, you're sitting in there, and you could be big. You're a big person, right? And you're like, you done told them that you need something with space, and they give you a little something like a Kia Forte or something, right? You get in there, and you like, how I looking at it? Do I look too big? And they like, yeah. You know they not telling the truth. You know they lying about what it is that you look like, and they're just like giving you more and more of that bullshit. You feel the bullshit, you know what I mean? So it's like, you cannot be cheap with love, in my opinion. No, you cannot be cheap with love. Do people be cheap with love? Hell yeah, it's a lot of y'all cheap love motherfuckers out there. Y'all know who y'all is. But nah, people do that. People be cheap with love sometimes, and it's like, you can't be cheap with love, you know? Because love also calls for transparency. You know what I mean? It definitely calls for a high level of transparency, in my opinion. So it's like, you can't be cheap with transparency either, right? Because then who you really shorten? You shorten yourself. Because if I was transparent with you and you weren't transparent with me, you're going to always remember that, dang, that person was pretty cool, pretty honest with me, and also taught me and told me this and that, but I really didn't give nothing back. Again, it's just like pouring from a empty cup. Like, you can't pour from an empty cup or empty glass. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure that you're fulfilling. What's up? Welcome to the second part. Pardon me, I had to cut it off, and then I'm still learning how to work this whole thing. But we're gonna get it together. I'm gonna keep giving it to y'all raw like this. I hope y'all are realizing that it is a lot of rawness come to you. I feel like a lot of people don't do that. I'm just gonna give it to you pretty much exactly how it is when I record it. This is what it's like. Because I want you to know that this is my actual thoughts when I'm saying this. Like, that's how real I'm being. Like, when I'm talking about that transparency. So it's like, that's what I want y'all to know. That's why this is called Facts of Life, the podcast. Because this is what's really behind my life. This is what it is. You know what I mean? But we're going to finish getting into it. I got one more question we're going to get into. Like I said, I definitely want to make sure everybody who's listening, like, share, tag me, and definitely comment. Please comment. I can't say that enough, because that goes a long way, right? That continues to help me out to help continue to bridge this gap, like, between our humans, us humans and us people, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I like that part of it, but we're gonna finish it off with this one here, because this is a real question. And pardon all the and all that, I was a little under the weather. I'm getting all into it, but I'm good. Like, the last question, I think a lot of people really, I try to ask this to a lot of people that, like, are elder people. Again, whether they're in a relationship or not. I like to get all different sides and all different perspectives of people. But a lot of people will enjoy this question. At least I hope. That's my goal. I'm hoping that A lot of you will enjoy this question, but how do you know when the love is real? Alright, if you don't know what we're talking about and you just clicked on this one and you're tuning in on this one, please go back, and listen to the first part. This is part 2. Listen to the first part. This one is not going to be as long as the other one. Or maybe it will. It depends on how transparent I could get with you. But yeah, the question is like, how do you know when the love is real? Again, I am not a love expert. And when I say that, like, I'm just not a love expert, like, as far as like saying that I am always 100% like, oh, love. No, I'm learning to love more. So when I hear how do you know it's real, like I was saying before, and I didn't mean nothing like when I said big, I wasn't saying like, just so we all know, we all clear, I wasn't meaning like big as in weight or anything like that. I mean like tall. I'm a little person. If you know me, I'm short. So it's like if you're tall and you get into a little Kia Forte, it's like, it doesn't feel right. So it's like, love is not just action, it's also a feeling, right? It's a lot of different things that attach with love. That's why when someone says, I love you, it's like you get all warm and fuzzy inside, you know what I mean? Again, not like romantically, like maybe I shouldn't say warm and fuzzy because that sounds weird if you just saying it to your homie and your homie say I get warm and fuzzy. But nah, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just gives you that calm, warm feeling. Like, you just feel it's like that, I guess, like safe. Like, I feel safe with my heart and life. Like, if I know someone genuinely loves me, like, you feel that way. You know what I mean? Yes, sometimes it gets a little chaotic and, things get crazy, like, on all aspects, but, like, I just feel like, you know when love is real, when you feel like everything is right. Like, excuse me, for instance, I spoke to someone, right? And, one of her, is a young lady. One of her things was when I asked her, she's married. I asked her, like, how did you know when you and your husband, how did you know that y'all were like, that person was the one, because like they've dealt with other people, I'm sure, and both parties dealt with other people, but it's like, when it came to that, how did you know, like, all right, this is the one? And one thing that she expressed with me and shared with me was that the feeling. She said, like, I just felt like it just all felt right. Everything that we were doing, it just felt right. And she said it fit. That's the best part. And like, I took a lot from that. When she said it just fit, like we fit, I'm like, you know what? It is like that. Like, right? Going through life, right? When we are exerting our love to others, in any aspect, it's like they fit into our lives. So that's why busy isn't a thing to the people that we love, because we always find whatever time is, right? And I say that loosely because we'll get into that whole nother segment. I always take marks anytime I'm talking to y'all, and I think it's something. What else? Like, you know what I mean? We're gonna get into the whole time thing, but that'll be on another episode. That means I tune back in. But to get back into it, it's like when you genuinely love someone, busy is no longer a thing, right? It becomes something that dissolves into another person that we may not love so much. You know what I mean? We may not be ready to be around and always giving and listening to them, because we got to make sure we got us good. We got to maintain you, you know what I mean? You got to maintain yourself. So it's like when you already have your strings of your love and everything, it's like you have to make sure that it's like it's enough. Like, it's no such thing as time. Like, it's always enough that just even speaking with or talking with or pardon me, that's the same thing, but but like speaking with, seeing and things like that, like you know that this person really wants to know, how is my day? what's my goals, right? That's nothing, because a lot of us, we don't get into that. We don't get into the questions of what are your goals? What is the next thing that you're going to be? Because everybody has a purpose, right? That's what I was trying to get into in the first part. Everybody has a purpose. So it's like when you really drive someone and help someone to discover their purpose, that's loving them, right? In my opinion, that's loving them. So it's like, if I'm going to exert myself and make sure that if you fit in with I got going on, I want to make sure I give you enough love to make sure that you got what you got going on. I hope that makes sense. You feel me? So it's like, if I make sure I was good and I love you enough to make sure that whatever you got going on, you need it to go on, because we all fit together. It's like the puzzles start forming, right? So it's like the whole life goes, all those purposes. Imagine that, yo. Dang, imagine that. Imagine if everybody just like, decided to make sure that they love genuinely, That's how we will all know that it's real. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, things fit. Like, that's what she said. Like, things fit, to get back to my whole purpose of that. Because, I talk a lot, but hence I'm doing a podcast. But but like she said, we fit. That's big. So it's like the hope, in my opinion, again, is like, that's purposeful to fit. I'm not saying to fit in with everyone else. I'm just saying for all my purposes and all my loved ones to fit. That's when I'ma feel it. Okay, this person is not only just thinking about themselves, they're thinking about me. I will feel that. And I hope you will feel that. Hope we will feel that. I feel like that's how we make the world a better place too, right? Obviously nothing happens overnight or anything like that, but love is love, and we really gotta give love to get love. And it's like no great what they say, how that saying go? No great reward comes without a great risk. You know what I mean? So you gotta understand, love is love. As simple as that. Love is love. There's nothing you can compare with love besides love. There's nothing you could give more than love besides love. You know what I mean? Loyalty and respect and all that, I think all of that comes in with love. Because again, if I genuinely give a fuck about you, loyalty and me respecting you is just, that's part of it. That's all coming into it, But these are my opinions. I want everybody to make sure you get back and comment and let me know, what's your opinion. How do you feel about things and some of these questions that are asked? Like, what are your opinions on it? I would love to know. What is everyone's opinion on when they know it's real, or when did you know it was real? You know what I mean? The love was real, like, or whether it's between your partner, your dog. Nah, for real though, your dog, me and my dog, I had to learn, like, oh, my dog really love me, like, But like, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? But definitely, I appreciate you for tuning in, listening to me on Facts of Life, the podcast. Definitely tune in to next Friday. We're going to drop another one. We're going to hit you off with episode 3. Stay tuned. I'll let you know. I might put some little things out there, let you know what episode 3 about, get some things flowing, But definitely make sure you like, share, tag me in this, and comment. But I appreciate y'all. I'm out.